As they say around here, keep Austin weird. They're going to keep it electric today inside Darrell K. Royal Texas Memorial Stadium, home to the Longhorns. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the LSU Tigers, taking on the second-ranked team in the land, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. LSU ready to kick it away to get things started. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. So the Texas Longhorns offense will get the first crack at it here. And here comes the quarterback, and one thing you know for sure, with this team, as he goes, so goes the offense.
And he's a big-time talent, Reese. This guy can hurt you in a multitude of ways, throwing and running the football. He's going to have to be dialed in, though, because this defense is going to give him a lot of different looks. It's really important mentally this QB is on his game.
Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Oh, look out, there he goes! And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
It's so hard for a defense to have to stop plays like that because it really forces you to play with great eye discipline. You see the pre-snap motion. Defense doesn't know if he's just running across the field and he's going to run a route, he's going to block, or if he has the football. That time, he was able to outflank the defense and hurt them to get that first down.
Well, and how about this offense? You think of this offense, you think of throwing the football and top 10 passing in all of college football, but the defense knew something, right? Like you could tell they were going to come out and run the football. They brought out the goal line, brought in some big boys, and really was ready for the run on that play.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this way.
He's got it. Touchdown, Longhorns! And once he got loose, it was all over. They're bellowing out Texas fight right now as the Horns are ready after that touchdown drive.
And what a great way to start. Get the crowd jacked up. When you do something good like this early, that burnt orange is going absolutely bananas in the stands. And the rest of the game, the defense, the special team, everybody feeds off their great energy.
So LSU's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And a big key as this game unfolds is just how aggressive will he be throwing the football in a lockdown corner like that.
Yeah, and when you're an elite quarterback, you think you can do whatever you want to do, and you think you can make the right decisions. I'm interested to see how much he'll test that cornerback on the other side.
You know, there's a saying, there's no defense for a perfect pass, but he's got to be extra careful and sharp when he's throwing that guy's way.
The Tigers headed quickly to the line.
You could tell he saw that grass open up, and he was not handing that football off. He was taking it himself. His eyes got enormous, chewed up the big play. Nice big chunk play for this offense.
And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. Back to throw, it's Shamanic. Quickly to the tight end. And he might be known for run fits, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end. On third and short, they'll try to throw for it. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys in a coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
Able to get the first one of the day away. They did have to send him out 3 times in that victory last week. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. So runs like that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, they've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on 3rd down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm, but after that last running play, moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out.
Looking for a deep man. Grabs it at the 25 in stride. Touchdown, Texas! What a grab and go for the score. How about that quarterback taking the shot downfield and delivering to the wide open receiver?
I love this quarterback, Reese, because he's aggressive. He wants to take shots. He's looking for every opportunity to show off that cannon and that arm talent. He showed it to all of us right there.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
LSU right back to the line. Back to pass, it's Shimonic. Throws to the wideout. It's caught. And he breaks into the open. He's at the 20. Touchdown, LSU! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him.
It's so challenging to stop the middle of the field passes deep down. You stretch me in these zones. I got to run with you in man. It's always a good idea to run those deep posts, and you can tell they saw it all the way. Receiver, quarterback on same page, gets the big touchdown.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll call for the fair catch here. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Wide receiver coming across in motion. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
And the Longhorns will snap it on 1st and 10. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football every down. Love the offense sticking to the run. Nice job getting the first down.
He's going to pass. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
Back to throw, it's Averill. This time he's got his man. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The RPO, fire complete to the left. They get him down after he makes the catch. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Got enough for the first down and wants more. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
What a run. Great speed, great vision, elusiveness, and David, he's tackled down close to the goal line.
Yeah, and this offense, when you can run the football like this, man, you will have success, especially in the red zone, trying to get touchdowns.
You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Running behind that left side. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Longhorns! Up and over, Yamo be there into the end zone.
And you don't want to leave your feet very often in football, but this is one of those areas where you do. In the end zone, near the goal line, you smell it. A lot of bodies in front of you. Just get up, get over top of them, get that touchdown.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Gets it out to the 20 after a pickup of 4. The Tigers want to pick up the tempo. Back to pass, it's Shamanik. And he converts on 3rd down as he gets it out to the 26. Line gets set, first down. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it was a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion, move the sticks.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Trying to make magic with his feet. Bounced off his feet. They've made 3rd down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. He lobs one high down the left side. Pass on the way. It's picked off. Trying to take it back. He's inside the 40. He is finally out of bounds, but he was smelling that end zone on that return.
Well, obviously it's raining here in this game, and the ball's slippery. I don't know if that slipped out of the QB's hands a little bit, but it certainly wasn't an accurate throw, and as a result, it ends up in an interception.
A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Tackled, but he has a first down.
Well, short yardage situation. They decide to go with the toss play. A nice job up front, getting a little bit of push. That's all they needed to get that first.
Just outside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 21. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
The Longhorns have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Touchdown, Texas! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. The kick is up and good and put 1 more on the lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. And he's going to try to return this one. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
They'll leave it with him. On the move at the 30. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
I bet that running back's eyes got so big. When he gets that handoff going to the right, he sees the huge holes. Yes, please.
The defense just didn't flow quickly enough. All of the blockers had leverage on their men.
Man, that defensive line has to get off the ball a little bit better, get some penetration to stop that outside run.
It's caught downfield. Good pickup there as he gets the 1st down, and they'll mark him at the 48. And the Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Dropping back, it's Shamanik. Flushed out of the pocket. He's going to take off. Short gain on the play before he slides. The Tigers are in the hurry-up. On 2nd down, he'll fire. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. 3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got his man, and he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the 1st down.
Yeah, and I tell you what, when you stick these fast suckers in the slot, they don't have to be big, but you get those guys that are so quick in the slot, they can get great matchups, and I can get the ball to them quick because they're such dynamic playmakers.
Fires to the right. Makes a grab enough for the 1st. And the quarterback stuck it right in the keyhole, and they've got it down to the 30-yard line. Would they go for a big play on 1st and 10? He wants to throw. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the 1st down. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
Makes the grab. It's Booker. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the 1st down.
After giving up a few extra yards after a hitch throw, I wonder if this defense is going to want to give this guy this much access moving forward. They might be thinking about more press coverage or playing some zone coverage where the corner's right up on it.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming. After the misfire now on 2nd down. To the air, it's Shamanik. Feeling some heat. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. It's a makeable field goal from the 29-yard line. Let's see how aggressive they are on 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Right down the middle. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. This is going to be a 46-yard field goal attempt. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive.
That makes the score Texas 28, LSU 10.
So they put the field goal on the board and about to kick it away, and hoping that'll be the final points of this first half. Fair catch called for and made. Here comes the Texas offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Oh, he's looking to throw. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Yeah, and I love taking deep shots. I think it makes cornerbacks play honest, safeties play honest, and you could tell just missed a little bit deep on that shot.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking to throw, it's Averill. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
Well, guess who? They're taking a shot to the guy that's just been torching this defense in the entire first half. He's already got over 100 yards, so why not try to add to it and force this defense to prove that they can cover him? They did do a nice job right there. That's not the last time this guy's going to see the ball thrown his way.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. Catch inside the 30 and still running. He's loose down the middle. Touchdown, Longhorns! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And I love this offense, man. Staying aggressive. Just because you got the lead, you know people can score points in bunches. This offense keeps the foot on the accelerator, scores again on the final play. Now this offense has even more of a cushion going into halftime.
That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. All teed up and ready to go here in the second half. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Huge deficit to start this third quarter. They just need to find something to build a little confidence.
Yeah, it hasn't gone well. When you're trailing by this much, this first drive, man, does everything matter and hinge on this? Because every possession in the second half is going to be critical.
Yeah, and I think if you're on offense, why hold back? What are you worried about? Nothing went well in the first half for you, and at this point, trailing by as much as you are, throw caution to the wind, be aggressive, and let's just see what happens.
Looking to move it through the air. Setting up the screen. Not able to break the big one on that screen to the running back, but he found enough and a solid pickup on first down. Here comes the offense on second down.
Brings up second down.
Dropping back, it's Shamanik. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin. LSU getting set on 1st and 10.
Good enough for first down.
Pulls and fires it complete to the right. He picks up the first down, brought down, but not before he put that dude in a blender. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10.
First down for the offense.
Keeping it on the ground with the running back. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on 1st down, make that 2nd down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
The pull and throw off the RPO. He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
He'll keep it himself. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. And the kicker delivers the 3 ball to finish off the drive. After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. Line gets set, 1st down. They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. Knocked down after picking up 5 out to the 24. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Crosses to 35. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Still running at the 40. Still on his feet. And how much running room have they been able to find just all day? They are piling up unbelievable rushing stats. It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Pulls and throws off the RPO. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Longhorns are threatening in the red zone. Power football with the run. Drives into the defense, and they get him down after a pickup of 3 to the 16. Lining up to convert 3rd down. They'll go with a direct snap. He was running through tackles and picked up the 1st down and finally got knocked down.
Well, the defense knew coming into this one it was going to be a physical game. Guys are going to have to be great at the point of attack and get off blocks and make tackles. They couldn't stop the offense from picking up that 1st down on that run play.
They move the chains on the ground. Now another 1st down. Looking for room. It's Freeman. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent of things they did right, things that they got to do more consistently.
The closer you get to the end zone, the more you start to bring big bodies on the field, right? The field shrinks. I'm worried about you running the football, particularly up the middle. But how about the offense? Does a nice job tossing the ball on the perimeter, going out there, getting some positive yards, trying to get 7. I think 7 from their field goal.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And that will extend their lead even further. That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. Bringing it out. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this kicker, who is so important.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Wants to throw. It's Shimonic. Moving out of the pocket. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. He only needs a sliver of daylight. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. So last time, David, they ate up some clock, ran a bunch of plays, but settled for the field goal.
Yeah, but they're still up, Reese, and I like where I'm at. And if I'm on offense right now, my job is to put another long drive together, eat more clock, and get another score.
Just got to be better in the red zone this time around. When they get down close to the goal line, you need better execution to put a touchdown on the board.
And obviously this offense has had their way, getting the huge lead, and now when you know it's a running situation later in the ball games, you're still getting pounded. This defense has to step up at some point and be a lot more physical.
D coordinators down the road that have to play this offense, man, they're going to have nightmares because this unit has so much speed and so much skill. At running back, receiver, tight end, a quarterback making good decisions, it is so tough trying to stop them and prevent explosive plays.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Longhorns line it up with a 1st and goal. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
On the play. He's now 2nd and goal.
Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. The run up the middle, looking for the score. It continues to be a long day as they are just swarming every time he gets the ball. It's still 3rd and goal. On the ground, it's Freeman. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
3rd and goal. The offense still trying to run the football here. And how about the individual effort up front by this defender? Getting penetration, now setting up 4th down.
Never a doubt. And that lead grows even bigger. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
The incompletion brings up a second down. He makes the connection. He's brought down at the 29 after a 10-yard gain. Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. Looking downfield, it's Shamanik. Unloads to the wideout. Incomplete. Man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Finds his man. It's Booker. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the 1st down. LSU moving the ball quickly down the field. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Zings it complete to the right. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Trying to find his man on 1st down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. After the misfire, it's 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Dances away from the heat. At the 35, he's got room. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the 1st down, and he slides in safely. The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll go to the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. That linebacker was a heat-seeking missile, and the heat that he sought was the ball carrier.
Yeah, great job, great feel. Linebackers are making all the calls in the defense and understanding when I need to come through that gap and come through with bad intentions. Those guys are usually 245 pounds of heat-seeking missile.
Ball's at the 22. 3rd and short coming. Can the defense force them to settle for a field goal? Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long. Under pressure, they're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the 4th quarter. This guy has never gotten into a rhythm.
On 4th down, they'll pass for it. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on down.
Well, that play never had a chance. On 4th down, they're trying to catch the defense off guard, throwing for it, but no protection. Quarterback didn't have an opportunity to step up and get rid of that football. Give the defense credit, man. Tremendous aggression there on 4th.
Not a lot of productivity on that last play. They'll try it again on 2nd and long from the 23. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. They stop him after a short game. Probably just wanted to mitigate the losses with 4th down coming. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Trying to get to it. And they got him. A sack denies the try to convert on 4th down.
You know, there are a lot of people watching this game that are thinking to themselves, where's the sportsmanship? You're blowing this team out. Why are you going for it on 4th down? Why not just punt, give it back, and just leave here with a W? That's because this coach wants his guys to keep executing. I played for a coach in college that would have done the same thing. The backups are on the field. They get an opportunity to run your playbook, so let him do it. At the end of the day, you've got to force the opponent to stop. And that's what they're doing. That's the mindset. I got to be honest, I like it.
Finds a man on the left. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. Secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Tigers.
Nice pitch, nice catch. And listen, maybe this helps next game, right? Like we're trying to find a rhythm, find something that works, find somebody to go to. And this offense is struggling, and you're down by 1,000. But I like that they continue to fight.
The deficit is huge. This one is all but over, but they'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. And in that scramble, they're going to come out of there with the football, and they get the onside kick and take possession right back. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. He's looking to throw it. Got it set up on the outside. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
And so many things have to come together perfectly for a screen to work for big yardage. And they were close. You could tell that almost busted, but they just got wrapped up, got a little bit of yardage, but they really wanted that one to be a big gainer.
To the air, it's Shamanik. Fires to the middle. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. We hit the 2-minute warning, and this offense is desperate to make something happen and do it in a hurry. Quickly out to the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Back to the air one more time. Just gets rid of it before the heat. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Looking down the middle. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you could.
He'll take a shot. To the end zone, and it's picked off. Not only a great play, but tremendous discipline by this sophomore to make the pick.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game. And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they built this lead. They've had a great day today. And this is exactly where you're going to be as an offensive coordinator. Like when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, eat the clock. Man, they put a good day together. They've had their way with this defense. A lot of positive things to point to. This is one of those weeks when you watch tape, it's going to be really fun to watch it. Not like when you get beat up. A lot of big plays from this offense.
We sensed a great deal of confidence, almost a smugness from this coaching staff. And these guys on the field, it's as if they knew they were going